show of puzzles. Wire puzzle, jigsaw puzzle, teasing puzzles, mechanical puzzle. It's a mind bender kind of a thing. Just puzzles, puzzles, puzzles and puzzles. Puzzle your mind. Looks cool. Classic concept. It's a lovely, amazing craft. And people just love it. I mean, that's a cool thing. You can gift it to someone. Follow your imagination to be more creative. That's gonna open the eye of your mind. What you call the insight. And that's the idea. I'll show you how. Are you ready? Welcome to the show. Puzzles. Lots of puzzles. And everybody likes puzzles. But before I should talk about puzzles, I think I should take up a question which is rather a curiosity that people generally ask when we are in some exhibition or let's say craft fair or in some training program. They frequently ask that what kind of different puzzles are there. Obviously, because there are there are wooden blocks, there are jigsaw puzzle, there's mechanical puzzle like these, and then then you have these kind of wire entanglement puzzle, where you have to take out a ring, and then and then further there is another very sensible question is that that is there any age to start up with puzzles? So first of all, we must understand that puzzle is something that is a creative problem, and that requires, and in fact that checks your imagination and your ingenious way of thinking, how you look at and how you approach a problem, right? And but puzzle is kind of it's different from a mathematical problem, regular mathematical problem, where you have an outline of something. There's a negative factor, there's a positive factor, and then you probably go multiply and take a percentage of that. But whereas in puzzle, you have to, kind of very creative and very smart in looking in hidden clues, because in puzzle there is a hidden clue, hidden pattern that you have to see and you have to find a way out, right? So that's why puzzles there are different puzzles for different age. You cannot say, it's just a myth that you say that the puzzle is just only for some kind of a kid's toy and it's not a big deal when you grow up. No, I have even doctors, professionals who are who are in love with puzzles. So there is no age for puzzle. There is a puzzle for every age. But of course, if you talk definition wise, one has to have a sound development of mind to understand the problem of the puzzle. One may just be amazed by the structure of the puzzle. For example, a star puzzle. A person could be charmed with the structure and the beauty of the puzzle. But one should, if we are talking about a younger kid, they should be able to understand, according to their mental development, to understand the problem behind the puzzle, and they should have a mental leap in understanding the problem. And every puzzle has its own beauty and its own educational value. Even a simple puzzle like this three-piece bird could be sometimes very tricky to solve. It can actually teach you a lot. At least it will teach you to have patience, because in the beginning you say, wow, this is a simple thing and I can do it, and there are just three pieces. And I'll just show you. So you can, simply say, oh wow, just three pieces, I can do it. But as you get into the nature of the puzzle, it will start teasing you, because it's just not fixing up. So at these kind of puzzle will at least teach you to have patience and trust in yourself and be humble and simple in your approach. So that's why you can start with some puzzle which are flat. Let's say, for example, we have got tangram. So these are flat pieces that you have to combine. So that's a basic level puzzle, and then you can go on to three-dimensional puzzle like we have these mechanical puzzles, and then you can later on move to the puzzle. But it's a lovely concept. And there is one more thing I should tell you. If you're kind of a puzzle collector or a maths graduate or a kind of a curious guy, I just tell you that there are classic books on puzzles. Like I remember books by Sam Lloyd, Ernest Dudney, and of course Martin Gardner with his Flexagon and all that. Did some really great contribution in recreational mathematics. And so it's a cool stuff even to study. I remember IBM once had a computer based research on bird puzzles. like these kind of puzzles. They're called bird puzzle because they look like a bird sheet. You know, they're kind of, they have these corners and that seems to be interlocked. Because many times puzzles have multiple solutions. So mathematicians are trying to find that how many numbers of solutions are possible. So, and that requires a very interesting kind of a research and a mathematical exercise. And if you want me to give a little demonstration of each of the puzzles, of course I will be. And let's say I shall start with one of my favorite. This is the thing we call this Jigyasa star puzzle. And Jigyasa is a Hindi word which means curiosity. And in Jigyasa Foundation, our message is to be more curious and more passionate about knowing things, whether it's in science, art, or in craft. One should be just passionate about it. These things are a part of that. I mean, these videos, these puzzles are part of that. We are trying to popularize that scientific attitude. So that's the idea. And I was talking about this, of course. Yeah, this is star puzzle. It's a wooden puzzle, and it's like a dodecahedral rhomboid. I mean, it's a symmetrical shape. One of the beauty of these puzzles, I mean, that they are so symmetrical. You put it this way, it's a star. You put it this way, it's the same star. So they are so symmetrical. And they open up like this. And so you have to put them back. And that is the challenge. That's why it's called puzzle. So you have to put these pieces and you have to be very smartly, notice these shapes. I mean, that's the basic idea of solving any puzzle. I mean, especially to children, we introduce them this concept that puzzle is not some kind of hocus pocus that you will put the part that could help you sometime, but not always. I mean, puzzle teaches you a way of science, that everything has a purpose. It has this structure, groove. Obviously, it will fit into some of the part and it will come up that structure. You want me to show you? Fine, I'll give you a kind of a fast forward introduction and let me see how I'm able to make this a star. And like, okay, the star is coming up from the first layer is done, and rest of the thing that I'm gonna put it like this. Okay, so you see this third layer is coming up, so it has to be done from all the way. That order has to be maintained, and finally keys goes in and here is a star. So puzzle solved. So likewise we have different puzzle. We've got this crystal, and which gives many reasons. A lot of time people just wanted to buy puzzle because they like handicraft things, handmade things. I mean, especially if these kind of things are in wood, they just love it. I mean, even I just loved it as a kid. Puzzle, not just because there are some puzzles or a mind bender thing, but I mean, they're just a lovely piece of art. I mean, you just look at it. If you put it on some office table or a study table or near your bookshelf, this looks just amazing. So and by the way, we do it in a traditional way of woodworking. We craft these puzzles in Indian teak wood, hand polished, and sometimes we buff it for a very fine movement and the mechanism of the puzzle. So this is a crystal puzzle. Another variant of this crystal is this flower. This is just a wooden beauty. I mean, it has a key that moves and makes some magical sound. I mean, just hear the sound. I mean, when I click, wow, this is just lovely. I mean, I have people who have purchased this product from us and they know the solution now, but I mean, they just like to lock and unlock it just to hear that click. And this click, by the way, is actually serves a purpose, and the purpose is it opens a slot, and from that slot you can actually take out all the outer parts, or we call it the petals. I mean, if you're able to see it from here, petals. So I mean, and then you can take out all the petals, and then you realize that there was no magnet, there was not even a nail or a glue, and it was just, wow, simple piece of natural wood. So what a lovely world of puzzle. Just a natural thing gives you inspiration in life. So that's about the world of puzzle. I mean, we have a video about each puzzles, about the flower, about the crystal. You can search it on the search link and you can just go and see. But this video is just about a world of puzzle, a basic introduction. And if you wanted to write to us, you can write to us at info@jigyasafoundation.in. And I mean, it's very simple. I mean, you just Google us with the name Jigyasa Puzzles. We are there. We are there. And so that's a cool stuff. I mean, puzzle is, I mean, the way we look at it, the way we, love puzzle. It's a beautiful handicraft. So that's why it's a great art and a science. And we often, when we go to science centers and then we tell to the student that this is where, you know, craft meets science and creates fun. And that's just great. This is amazing. I mean, I have got kids who are inspired by, you know, by these puzzles just to craft something. They want us to tell them how you do that. So they start taking the wood and they start cutting them and, you know, making some models. That's just lovely. I mean, that's another aspect of the puzzle that people people really love to get involved with. So that's why, I mean, a lot of people are just amazed by the beauty of the puzzle. So one puzzle, but many reasons to purchase. Got some doctors, I mean, who are taking these things to put in the waiting area. I mean, that's just surprising, but that's a new trend. I even got some human resource managers who are taking few of the puzzles for the interview sessions. I mean, just to kind of, you know, healthy, not very serious, but healthy exercise. So they are giving puzzles during the interview. So that kind of thing is that happening. Hope you liked it, and thank you very much for your interest. And then, have your time.